So don't second guess. Let down your guard. Just take a chance. I feel the hours ticking down. Wish I could turn it all around, but in my mind we're frozen perfectly in time. Can we turn back the night and stay in this street for we feel? Can we turn back the night and stay in this street for we feel? Can we turn back the night? Same old places come alive. Wherever we are, feels like I'm seeing with new eyes. Even in the dark, let's go get lost. Just take my hand, ignore the cost. Forget the plan, I feel the hours ticking down. Wish I could turn it all around, but in my mind we're frozen perfectly in time. Can we turn back the night and stay in this street for we feel? Can we turn back the night and stay in this street for we feel? Can we turn back the night?
been numbered too long. Since your irreplaceable heart has gone, I can't shut my eyes before dawn. A life without you has been hard enough, and still I am forced to move
All right, what's up, everyone? Just getting ready to get started here, finishing up a few things. For anyone that knows about the Bakaneko 65, that sale did not sell out as fast as I expected it to. There is still a ton of boards left. Only one that sold out like almost immediately was the white-ish with the zinc weight, which is what I ended up getting to. So thankfully I was able to get one of those. But they definitely didn't sell out as fast as I expected them to. All right. Let's go ahead and start by taking this board apart. I think that's how we're going to go ahead and start this off. That way we can take the switches out. Who should be the right guy? This one might be too big. Oh, that's perfect. Cool. I'll start with this guy. I'll have to pull that out later. It looks like there's a little piece of the old sheathing stuck on it. Right. Oh, there's two over here too. Alright, get those screws out. Start taking the top layers off. Keep them in the order. I don't want to have to deal with trying to remember their order by just putting them there. So we'll set them on here. Order they are knighted. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Up here, out of our way. Oh, there's one thing I am missing. Switch pull, there we go. Thankfully, we don't have to do any soldering today. Today's just going to be a nice, easy hot swap day. But I will probably, after this build, since we will have some time, I'm thinking, we'll probably go in and clean out some stabilizers I have to clean out. Take care of that on stream. Not excited for that, but I have to do it nonetheless. Need to go live on TikTok shortly. My iPad seems to be updating the TikTok app. Waiting for that to finish. Didn't have an update to do earlier, but right when I want to use it, it does. Frustrating. Hey, how's it going? Not bad. How you doing? We're just out here pulling these switches out. This board here. Plate's a little tight on the switches. It's not too bad. I've had worse, but tolerance is a little tight. How you doing this lovely Saturday morning? Cool. Ah. Dropping switches today. Go. Get some of that goop off here. Some goop left on the bottom of this plate here from tuning stabilizers. Go. All that goop off. These switches out to the side for now. Don't really need them in my way. Alright. Let's see if TikTok is done updating. Yes, there we go. Go. That guy sit there. There, so people can see that. Okay. I want people on TikTok to be able to see my little calendar I have set up. And then let me be right back. I need to go grab a couple things I forgot. For doing stabilizer work, I don't want to get the goop all over my Deskmat. So when I work on stabilizers, I typically grab a paper towel to put them on. Stuff over here. So I'm going to put the ones in this board over here, which we're going to clean off later. Turn my fans up just a hair on my PC. There we go. Then this will be for the new ones we work on. Don't want to reuse these ones because these are meant to go with. That might be a too small a screw bit, or they're just tightened too tight. These stabilizers are meant to go with the lavender switches because they're made to match. Yeah, this one might be too small. Let's grab a slightly bigger bit. So I wanted to keep these with, let's go with that guy. I wanted to keep these with the lavender switches, so we're going to take them off and just use some cherry clip-ins for this. Use some cherry clip-ins I had lying around. Go. Just need a better size screw bit. I think we're going to go ahead and take the pads off as well and either change those out or just not use pads. We might just not use pads today for this. And for the wires today, I want to try out just using 205 grade 0 instead of the XHT I usually use. Only downside is I don't have a syringe full of 205, so I hopefully need to do a really good job in the first wave of lubing. All right. Go. Old stabilizers taken off or disassembled. Let's go ahead and grab our tweezers and pull these pads off. Thing I like about these pads is they're gonna be super easy to pull off because they should be the stabilizer pads from Upgrade Keyboards, which they made them so that they're super easy to pull off. Just come right off. Some of that goop off the tweezers. A lot of goop on these pads. They're meant to come off very easily without leaving too much sticky goop behind, which these ones are not leaving. There's a little stickiness there. We can just kind of scrape that off a little bit. Oh, be careful. Yeah. I should be able to do it without the tweezers too. Careful enough I'm not going to ruin the board, but should be able to do it without tweezers. Now I'm thinking about it. These are really easy to get off. They made them so they're really easy to replace. They don't just pop off while they're in use because there's enough stuff keeping them down, but they made them so that they're super easy to pop off if you want to. Which is awesome. This is why I use them. That way if I want to do a build without them and I already have them on a PCB, I can just plop them off without issue. Reason we are taking these off is usually I always use some sort of padding underneath my stabilizers, but lately I've been having issues with the way my stabilizers have been feeling. Haven't really liked their feel. So I figured I would just go back to the basics and start over. Basic everything. We're just gonna lube the stabs we have, throw no extra mods on them, and see and go from there. Sure, all the stickies off, which is just a little bit of sticky in a few spots. That's why I like these. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Put that over here, and we'll go ahead and start working on the stabilizers for this. We'll need 4, 3 small ones and 2 big ones, which I believe, if last I checked, there was that many here. 2, 4, 6, 8. We have these silver wires. There's 4 of them. They're short, so we're just gonna grab one of these guys for the spacebar. Go. That's a 6.25, right? This is a long one. Yep, that's right. Cool. Always like to double check the spacebar is correct. Double check. Yep, cool. Alright, so the first thing we're going to start is you're going to go ahead and clip these bad boys. So these things do technically clip. Something better that I usually use for clipping, but I can't find it, so we're just going to use these bad boys. Alright, there we go. Those have been clipped. Grab our brush. Oh, actually, you know what? Oops. This guy. We're just going to clean the tribosis off of it real quick. You technically have tribosis 3203 on here, which isn't a big deal to reuse the brush. Just clean it off real quick. All clean. We'll grab our Krytox and get to work on these stabilizers. Almost out of Krytox and need to pick more up soon. Jeez. stabilizer one done. Kind of just changing up how I do these. See if I like this way of doing them a little better. This system. Used to be super systematic about it. Now I'm just kind of being like, well, let's just get the stabilizers done, get lube on them, call it a day. Makes the assembly of them a little easier, because before I was like I do the top housings, and then I do the bottom housings, and then I had to try and like set the stabilizer housing down on top of the other housing, so I didn't sit there holding the part of the stem that was covered in Krytox. A little annoying. Well, if you've watched any of my other streams, you'll have seen me struggle with that a little bit, just because I don't want to get the Krytox all over my hands. But this way, by putting the stem through the housing after we've lubed the housing, going like this, and then lubing the stem like this, I don't have to fiddle with that, which is kind of nice. A little too much. Need that much. Yep.
People checking on me, asking me if I'm okay. Appreciate it, but my answer is always the same. Tired of myself, I wish I could get out my brain.
We're halfway done with the housings. I want to pull up my stream real quick, make sure it's not a little dark. Not too dark. Let me turn the light on a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it's a little better. A little dark over here for me, so I'll get the light on a little bit. What's up, everyone over on TikTok? We are building a ZigZag60 today for my wife. If you want to join us and see the build in a better view, go ahead and join us over on Twitch. The link is in my bio. I will pay attention to TikTok chat, but I will be most responsive over on Twitch. Just for an FYI. So what design are you working on? Not bad. What are you doing a design for? If I may ask. This is going to be interesting when we go to test out the stabilizers, just because, as I mentioned, I don't have a syringe of Krytox. So we're just going to be probably putting a little more on than I normally would in the first go. Because if I have to fix it all, we're going to be taking them off to fix. So normally the easiest way to do your stabilizers is to lightly lube them to start, and then if they need any extra tuning, you just throw Krytox in there with a syringe. But since I usually use XHTBDZ, which is a much thicker lube for the wires, I don't have a syringe of Krytox. So this is my first time just using 205 grade 0 on the stabilizers. I figured I'd just go ahead and give it a try. Since XHT lately has been really annoying me. And then I've hated using dielectric grease. That stuff, so I started using, and it's fine for a little bit, but it wears off way too quickly. And I've heard Krytox, that's why I like XHT. It sticks around a lot longer. You can use keyboard for months without having any ticking issues present themselves. But with dielectric grease, like after a friggin' week, you'll have to touch it up a little bit. At least that's my experience. Not all the time, but it's a lot more finicky. right. Housing's taken care of, so we'll take care of these wires.
Keep up with the sun. Any chance to hold on? One more moment before it's gone. After the taste, I'm desperately chasing.
I know people usually do some dipping rather than painting it on, but we're just gonna paint it on. So I don't have a good enough jar for just dipping this in there.
I forget my lows in the afterglow, in the afterglow. Solace is composed in the afterglow, in the afterglow. Reveries unfold in the afterglow, in the afterglow. Never letting go of the afterglow, of the
Okay. First wire taken care of. Get the other side of the wire taken care of. Okay, that should be good. Wire number 2. We'll say this stuff paints on a little easier than other stuff like XHT, but XHT paints on very difficult to paint on because how thick that shit gets. Better than dielectric grease, but this is a little easier to paint on. Again, I know most people like to dip it in. Going with a painting method for this time. Syringe, I might go with a dip method. But sure, we're covered good. Actually, we missed some on the elbow here. Ah! Yeah. Touch up the elbows right there. Yep. Go.
I feel so frustrated, and I make it so damn complicated for myself. My world seems like it's deflating. Oh, but I have to smile throughout it for everyone else. Sometimes I wanna fly high up to the clouds, and I just wanna cry, die, and never come down. I'm the silence and the noise. I'm the snowflake in the storm, and I'm so fragile, ready to
Should be.
'cause my head is the worst of them all, but I'm unbreakable.
Touch up the corners. Go. And the last wire. Long guy.
Most of the time I'm jaded, 'cause I keep quiet instead of honest. Someone help. Sometimes I wanna fly high up to the clouds, and I just wanna cry, die, and never come down.
You see why people tend to dip instead of paint on with this, but it'll work. Be gentle with the painting on process. Go. And while we're here, this is the long wire, so we can easily do the other side. Short wires, it can be a little annoying to try and do both sides without one being in the housing. You're going to get a little ball over your hands, but the long wire, it's not such a big deal.
Baby, let me see what I can do. Let me put the work in. If anyone can, I'ma see it through. Let me put the work in. I'm the best friend now, not trying to be rude. Let me put the work in. No one else can do it like I do. And nobody that is quite like me. Nobody work as hard, that can rhyme like me. That can sing like me, that can try, you'll see.
Yeah.
Jiggy on the rhythm like I'm Billie Jean. Billy Elliot, how I move. Rest from your head, I ain't make you sweat through the world in the force. I'm a master of all, you a jack of life. So let me put the work in. Baby, let me see what I can do. Let me put the work in. If anyone can, I'ma see it. Let me put the work in. I'm the best friend now, not trying to be rude. Let me put the work in.
Perfect. All right, stabilizer's done.
No one else can do it like I do.
And get these installed on the board. So it's this way, right? Same way, just the clip goes in instead of being screwed in. Yeah. Right. Should be flat. Perfect.
Let me just come and play. Let me put the work in. Baby, let me see what I can do. Let me put the work in. If anyone can, I'ma see it. Let me put the work in.
The last ones. And we're gonna go ahead and plug them.
No one else can do
I think it's definitely worth our time to plug the ends of them.
No one else can do it like I do. No one else can do it like I do.
Around, plug the little guys. All right, perfect. So we'll hope that does good for now. Just gonna grab the plate. Get the plate. And we'll get some switches. We'll check out the stabilizers. Make sure they're sounding the way I want them to. A few in there just to hold everything together a little bit. Are looking pretty good. Cool. Now we'll get the spacebar in. Get enter and shift. That should be fine. This guy into hold down. That's worth it. Keep the plate from jiggling around too much when we're trying to listen to stabilizers. So we don't want to listen to plate jiggle while checking sound of stabilizers. Keycaps. Backspace. Yep. Yeah, that actually sounds really good. All sounds good to me. Yeah, that all sounded fine to me, so. If we need to, we'll throw a little dielectric grease in there from the syringe, I guess, if we absolutely need to. But should be fine. Shouldn't need that. Just dump a bunch of this out. Drop one, it don't really matter. Like I said, this is a relatively quick build. Not a lot to do with this guy since it's a hot swap. It's mostly the time it took to get the switches out and the stabilizers out and lube stabilizers. The actual build process, not the most extravagant in the world, but these Naevys are pretty awesome. Decided to give this guy a try. Kind of nice not to do any soldering today, not gonna lie, because my not next week but the week after I'll be doing a 24-hour build stream, so we'll be doing a lot of soldering during that stream. Got a few more switches. Right. Look at that. Switches in. Plates in there. Go ahead. Just close this guy up. Out of the way. Layers on top, we got this guy. One was not sitting on there, right? That layer. Got this layer. And finally this acrylic layer. Do the corners first. we'll get the tail. Okay. Okay. And we got these two on top. Those two going because these need to hold in the stand, the acrylic stands, so make sure we get these all the way good so that doesn't fall off. Go. And the bottom too. And we'll go through and make sure everything's nice and tight. Not too tight, but we want it to be nice and tight. That's what I like about the WOW stick. It won't make things too tight. Just get a nice tight. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let's verify that no pins are bent. Everything felt good when we put it in, so I don't anticipate any bent pins. But still want to check. Still gotta make sure. Nope, that one's bent. See? That's why we test it. It's not bent. Okay. Grab a different switch. See what's going on with that one. Interesting. One bent. It's not bent. Just wasn't seated all the way. Let's reset the test matrix. For some reason that one doesn't want to work right. Okay, so just make sure again it's not the switch. See, when I plop it in there, it works, but then nothing. All right. Well, what we're gonna do is just plop it back apart real quick and take a quick look. See if for some reason the PCB is not all the way pushed up. That could cause that exact issue. Could have checked this before we screwed it in. Let's save us a little time. It's not a big deal. Hi, Joy. How are you doing today? I am on Twitch. I pay attention to the Twitch chat more than I do the TikTok chat. That is where I'm paying attention the most to chat. So if you want to join us on on Twitch, you can. Link is in my bio. It's also the same name as my TikTok name. So take these top 3 layers off. And pull this guy out. Looks like it's all the way there. Doesn't look like it needs something anymore. Everything looks seated really well everywhere around the board. It's interesting. Okay. Let's do this. Sometimes when you have issues with these, all you have to do reset them. But, come on. My gosh, I cannot plug it in. There we go. Reset button. Where are you? Okay. Reset it. Let's pop back in. Interesting. Go for Yes.
So blue, so blue. But I can't stop feeling so blue.
It's triggering just fine.
So take me away from here.
For some reason the Switch is having issues.
From here, from here, from here, from here, from here.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna keep checking a few more switches just to see what is going on with it. See if there's anything blocking it, anything keeping the housing from going all the way down. Internally, nothing feels wrong with the switch. We did try a couple of different switches, so we know it's probably not the switch. But in order to troubleshoot that fully and determine, we'll put one we know is working. Yeah, see, interesting. Okay, so what we're gonna do is see if the hot swap socket's loose. Nothing looks loose with the socket. Didn't look sunken down any when I was messing with it. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's throw one of these lavenders in it. Quick. Interesting. Lavender's having no issue at all. For some reason, these Naevys are having an issue with this board. Which is interesting. And it's only that key. The other ones worked fine with that key. Just seems to be, for some reason, these Naevys don't want to work with the S key correctly. So we're just gonna grab a few different more Naevys and give them a try. Gonna sit here trying Naevys essentially until we get one that works on it, I guess. And then I'll have to look to see if there's anything wrong with those switches. See, it won't trigger the S at all. The lavender has no issues with that though. If I take this out, that's interesting. Plop the lavender in. No issues. Something with the Naevys is not letting the key trigger. This one's working though. Alright, well. Is interesting. Let's do it one more time just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Yeah. Alright. So I will take a look at these Naevys later on, see if there's something internally wrong with them for some reason that made that key finicky. But we are good now. A little troubleshooting. Alright, get this back in there. Hey, how's it going? Owner of Mr. Suit, how you doing today? We were doing some troubleshooting because a few of the Naevys were not triggering one of the keys correctly, but it was just being sensitive to one specific key. So it's very interesting. So we just finished troubleshooting it. Make sure things are still correct. Fit. Yep. Perfect. Cool. Awesome. Glad you finished your Phantom. What switch did you put in it again? Wow, Holy Pandas, nice. Cool. All right. Ah, gotcha. Wonder if they're gonna be doing another Vega run soon now that AI3's joined CannonKeys. Now that designers joined CannonKeys, I wonder if they'll do more Vega runs or some in stock Vegas stuff. Just to the side. This guy out. A lot of few. Hey Nate, how's it going? Isn't it? It's my wife's. It's pretty awesome. This was designed by keyboard designer on Instagram, or he mostly posts a lot on Instagram, but he's a keyboard designer, and he made a limited run of these cases, and he had some extras recently that they sold. Let's see, we'll go for these ones first. So I want to get to the green space bar. It's the space bar I want. Draw that. That. Queen this. Without this guy. That. Yeah. I think we need that. Yeah, it's a cool looking case. I was super excited we were able to pick it up for her. Because I think he sold, when we bought this, he sold probably like 6 extras of it, and that's about it. So you get karma on Reddit by just posting. or commenting, whatever kind of stuff. Comments, posts, stuff like that gets you karma on Reddit. Yeah, let's use that. Why not? We're having fun with this. We'll do this for function, I think. Do that for alt. Let's not. Let's leave the little guys on the right side. Same. Grab the super. Grab the arrows. Need those. And we'll need a delete. And this, which is gonna be. Do we just do end? You know what? We'll do the novelty for it. I'm feeling like having some fun with that. We'll use that novelty for it. And we'll go for the rest of the keys. Yeah, it's designed after Pikachu. Its tail. That's what the designer designed it based on. Yeah, just make quality comments. It doesn't necessarily have to be posts. It can just be comments too. You know, commenting on things, making useful posts on things. Let's do Alt, Control. We'll put in super in the middle. If my wife wants something different, I'll just change it around. Right. We have the left shift over here. Do I have any tips to mod a pre-built keyboard to sound better? That's so on pre-built like that, you're gonna have some pain points where you can't, like you said, you can't take the switches out to lube them. That's really gonna hurt. And the reason I say that's gonna hurt is because that's where a lot of the sound's gonna, you know, come from, is really making those switches sound better by lubing them. But you can try and do some stuff, like if you can open it up, you can probably put some foam inside the case if it doesn't have any, to reduce the amount of ping the case might have and reduce the amount of sound inside the case. And then you can also do let's see, you can also do some tape on the back of the PCB. That will make it have a little bit different sound. I don't know with unlubed switches how that'll make it sound, to be perfectly honest. But so yeah, unfortunately with some pre-builts you are kind of limited. That's why I built my wife her first custom keyboard, because she was using a Razer keyboard and really it sounded terrible, and there's not a lot you can do to it to make it sound better, because a lot of the issues come with the sound of the switches. So without being able to do too much to the switches. It kind of limits what you can and cannot do. But there are, like I said, there are some things you could try out. Masking tape on the back of the PCB, as I mentioned. And then trying to put some sort of foam or polyfill shelf liner even works inside the case to try and make the case sound a little better. No, I don't know anyone that's selling one. I would just, the best place to look is Discord and Reddit, but other than that, I don't know anyone personally that has one they're selling. I think you do have to get some upvotes. Just commenting will also help. Posting and commenting will also help. Just because you do get like your own upvote technically, and I think that does give you some karma, but I'm not positive. I've used Reddit for so long that I haven't had to worry about trying to get karma, right? So I don't fully know all the requirements. You can Google it. You should be able to Google it though. Excuse me. Yes, you can do silicone as well. Silicone dampeners are popular for keyboards. Let's throw a little bit of Krytox into this guy. We'll throw a little bit of dielectric grease on a syringe, I think, just to give it a little bit more. Again, I don't have any Krytox for syringes. I don't have any Krytox filled syringes, so we're just going to use some dielectric grease. A little bit more. I'm not really hearing too much ticking, but the feel's just not quite there, so we're just gonna give it just a little bit more. Oh, call it here. Oh. I don't know on the Matrix. I haven't really liked those boards too much. Never really been a fan of them. So I haven't looked at those too much. So I couldn't really tell you. What size board are you looking? 65, 75, 60, TKL? Yeah, it really depends on what you're looking for. There we go. All right, let me I'm gonna mute my mic for a few, and we're gonna go ahead and hear how this guy sounds. So I'm gonna mute the mic so I can get into position so you don't have to listen to a bunch of moving around and shit.
Don't wanna be the only fighter in this battle of the sand. I don't wanna be the lone survivor. Can we defend the land we conquered back in high command? I don't wanna be the only driver. Settle down today, we'll find a way to run towards what we have made. Take my hand and drive tonight. We'll find a way to bring back sunlight.
Okay, so this is a ZigZag60 with AEBoards Naevy switches and PolyCaps corn. So we're gonna do a little typing test just to see how this guy sounds. Good. Interesting. Some of these. Interesting. So it does look like we're going to have to do some looking around on some of these keys, or some of the switches, because some of these keys seem to be very finicky with these switches. To press very hard on them. That one's not working now, and it was. There it goes now. Interesting. It's very finicky. Hey, Nico. Hey, Nico, how's it going? How are you doing today? Like, sometimes it registers and sometimes it doesn't. It's very interesting. So if we take this guy out, what's even more interesting, if we take this guy out, need to see if there's some issues with some of these navies, because if we put one of the previous lavenders we had in it, no issues. Registers without an issue. But with these navies, for some reason, some of these are not registering with every press. See? Not registering at all. So something with some of these switches is making it feel a little finicky with registering. See? Nothing. Had that issue with the S key as well. Because it's not the hot swap socket. Because it works with the lavender without an issue. But something about these Naevys is making some of these keys. So I'm wondering if some of these Naevys are, there's an issue with them or what. Well, what's weird is it's multiple switches, right? Because let's see, I've tried 4. This is the 5th one now. This one's working without an issue. So that switch is working. So I wonder if it's maybe several dead switches, which is very unlikely. That's what's weird, to have several dead switches, right? So also what's weird, let's see one of these ones that didn't work. In a different socket, it's fine. That's also what's weird. So we're going to take a look at these 4 later and see if there's any issues with them. Just to make sure. But let's reset and do this one more time just to make sure. Yep. It's very interesting. Oops. I should be on this when I do that. Let's throw a little grease into the backspace here. There we go. All right, let's go and try and do a proper sound test this time. Let's do a 1 minute guy. let's listen to the mod real quick. All right. So, still not sure how much I like the cherry clip-ins. I mean, it sounds all right, but it's kind of the sound signature of the spacebar on this too. Mixed with the fact it's a tactile switch. Yeah, see, I'm not about buying a whole bunch of different parts just to make one stabilizer when Durock V2s are better than cherry clip-ins. So, honestly, cherry clip-ins themselves are fine. I just don't like the way they sound as much. And this isn't, this wire is a Durock V2 wire. Durock V2 wire with the cherry stem and the cherry clip-in housing. Now remember, part of this is aluminum plate. It's an aluminum plate, no type of foam at all in here. No plate foam, no case foam, none of that. There's no rattle, which is nice. Just a higher pitch sound than I like. But again, that's also part of the construction of the board too. We'll really see what I think of cherry clip-ins when I get the Bakaneko 65 in. Since those come with cherry clip-ins. Let's pop these switches open real quick. I want to take a look at these. Take a look at these bad boys. Nothing seems wrong with these switches, which is very interesting. Internals look fine. Nothing looks wrong with the leaf. It's actuating fine from the looks of it to me. Nothing looks wrong with the actuation. I love the 7V. It's just super expensive is the only problem. Aftermarket on the 7V is just crazy expensive. That's the only issue with it. Otherwise, it's a great board. It's very well designed. $850 if you're lucky. If you can find one for $850, that's a good price. Because most of them are like 1,000 plus. I got a good deal for someone at $900 brand new. Yeah, because the cheapest ones I've seen are like $950 plus shipping. Let's see. There's one with the gray silver polycarb plate for $850, which is a decent deal. It's still expensive for what it should be, but most are $950 to $1,200, depending on what they come with. But it's a good board. I really like the fact that you can easily build it plateless. That's also really nice. Not enough boards you can just build with a plate or without a plate like that, which is super, super nice in my opinion. Yeah, I personally really like the Jelly Epoch. I think it's a fantastic board. Actually, this one's more useful. Alright, I will be right back. I need to go grab a few things because now we're going to clean out some stabilizers I have that were used in boards and aren't anymore. We're going to go ahead and clean those out. So I need to go grab a few things and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
I know I wasn't the only one up on your mind. I always told you that you're my star and that you shine. Did not realize you're for everybody, baby, why? I thought you were the one and only, baby, you were mine. Who knew demons always come in different shapes? Buying 1 gram every day to another 8. I be popping all these pills when I feel out of place. You is of this world, baby, you showed me this beast. Girl, you did me wrong, my tears on the floor. Your love got me here all sore, I've been feeling gone. Ever since the day that you don't love me anymore. Ever since the day that you don't love me anymore. I know I wasn't the only one up on your mind. I always told you that you're my star and that you shine. Did not realize you're for everybody, baby, why? I thought you were the one and only, baby, you were mine. Who knew demons always come in different shapes? Buying 1 gram every day to another 8. I be popping all these pills when I feel out of place. You is of this world, baby, you showed me this beast. Girl, you did me wrong, my tears on the floor. Your love got me here all sore, I've been feeling gone. Ever since the day that you don't love me anymore. Ever since the day that you don't love me anymore. Not this again. I don't wanna be your friend. I don't wanna see you again. I don't wanna see you again.
Alright. So I am back now. We're going to clean out some stabilizers. I do want to start with the ones I just took out of that board, this board. The UK Studios Lavender ones. So we'll get these guys cleaned up. So I got these specifically to stay with the when I use the lavender switches, so that's why I pulled them out the board. I want to clean them up a bit. But for $750 boards, if you can get a Jelly Epoch, you might be able to get one for close to that. About 800 probably. Probably get a jelly for around that, depending on which jelly it is. The The Primus, honestly, in my opinion, is a good board. And those are in stock and they're less than $750. There's still some stock on those. Let's see. In the 65% area, I'm sure the Vega is good. Honestly, the Mode 65 is nice. The Portal 65 looks really nice. The Melody 65 is nice. I really like that one. Let's see. Trying to think. You already have a Think 6.5. Space 65 is also nice. I really like the Space. The carbon fiber plate on that is super, super clean. Let's see what else I can think of. I'm kind of at a loss on 60%. 60% isn't too much my thing. It used to be, but it's just not as much anymore. Can't believe the Bakaneko 65s are still in stock. Wow. I expected, they must have had a lot more than I expected. Wow. Bakaneko is probably one of the best budget boards out there. For sure. Like, honestly, I would take the Bakaneko 65 over the KBD Lite any day. I know it's about 20 bucks more expensive, but I would take literally the Bakaneko over most of those budget boards. Just because it's an aluminum case instead of plastic, which is a big, big upgrade in sound. Nothing wrong with the Portico at all. I like the Portico as well. I have one that I actually just sold. Need to ship it out soon. Probably, hopefully later today I'll get it sent out to the person, but nothing wrong with the Portico at all. It's a good board. The only other thing I'm selling is the D60 HHKB I have. Yeah, it's not my favorite layout. That's one of the reasons I'm getting rid of it. I wanted to try out the HHKB layout, and it's alright. It would just take too much time to get used to the different backspace location. Honestly, that's the only issue I have with it. toast. Side fit. I will say I'm very excited to get my Bakaneko 65. I've been wanting to try an O-ring gasket mount board like that for a while. I just haven't gotten around to picking any up. Should have grabbed more cotton swabs. Looks like each cotton swab's only going to get a couple of stabilizers done. Ones are unraveling quite fast. But HHKB is a very specific layout. I think it's one of those layouts where you either like it or you don't like it. There is no in between. It's not like it's all right. I feel like HHKB is just either you like it or you don't like it. Definitely no in between. That one's toast. Alright. To confirm a purchase on Mech Market, there's a thread that you go to. It's just like a pinned mega thread on the top that you just when you get the item or when the item's been delivered to the person, either the buyer or seller, don't matter who, they just go in there and say that they sold X thing to and tag the person. The person just goes in and says confirmed, and then there's a bot that goes through and adds it to your confirmed trades. I think I keep forgetting to confirm some of my trades, so I think I'm only at like 44 or something like that on there, but I should be closer to like 50 something if I would remember to actually go in and confirm some of my trades. Yo, Ace, what's up? You're awake. How's it going? How you doing? Yeah, it's probably worth it. I'd say that's probably worth it. Yeah, I'm just cleaning off some old stabilizers. These are the ones I took off of this board when we did the rebuild. So I'm just cleaning them off. So I can store them and use them for another build whenever I reuse the lavenders. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good deal. Oh, Ace. So we did get a Bakaneko 65. We did pick one up. It was not as difficult as I expected it to be. They are still decent amount. They must have had a good amount of them in stock. They must have received a good amount of them. I was worried after the PBT Noel sale, but definitely worried, but it looks like they have a decent amount of them, so. If you want to pick one up, because I know you had been talking about at one point. The white one, yep, I got the white one. Actually, so there's still a ton in there. The funny thing is the white one with the zinc weight is the only one that it's actually sold out. I believe the lavender with the silicone weight is also sold out. So those are the only two that have actually sold out. So there's still like the whitish with the silicone weight. I really wanted to try the zinc one, so I paid the extra like 20 bucks. The extra 20 bucks for the zinc weight. The white with the zinc weight was literally sold out within minutes of me checking out. Like, I checked out, I went back, and the white with the zinc weight was gone. So they must either not have had very many, or a lot of people wanted the white with the zinc weight. So... But there is still a white one. It's just got the silicone weight, which is 20 bucks cheaper. Functionality wise, really the only difference between the zinc weight and silicone is really going to be the weight difference. As far as like sound, they're gonna pretty much do the same amount of dampening. You're just gonna get a different weight really with the build, because the zinc is gonna be a lot heavier than the silicone, obviously. But sorry, I was off screen for a second there. That I don't know. I haven't looked too much at the Vega and its prices, so I really couldn't tell you. You just have to go look at what the rest are selling for recently. If you take a look at all the listings there are and what they're selling for and what they have sold for. That'll tell you whether it's worth that much or not. Honestly, it depends on how fast. So these are all in stock from CannonKeys. The Bakaneko is in stock. I think it's 1 or 2 day shipping, I believe. Based on the price, it was like 1 or 2 day shipping. So if they're able to get it out Monday or Tuesday, it's usually within a couple days they get it out. If it gets out Monday or Tuesday, it'll probably be here between Tuesday and Wednesday, is my thought. Plus, CannonKeys is based out of Rhode Island, out of Rhode Island. So I'm relatively close to Rhode Island, so it's not going to take quite as long as something like from California. That has more chances of taking quite a bit longer. But out of all the places, I've really liked CannonKeys shipping. I have not been a huge fan of Novelkeys lately. Novelkeys has taken a long time to get stuff out. They've been taking like the full 3 days lately to get their stuff sent out, which is a little annoying. I understand it. Small vendor, you know. They don't have a ton of employees, so I understand it. It's just 3 days has been really, really tough for orders to go out. So yeah. So let me actually. It was for good luck. It was for good luck in today's drop. Let me actually plop down the board I was using earlier. Plop down the board I was using before we finished that build. There we go. This is a giveaway board I won. This is just a Tofu 60 with the instant hot swap PCB, I believe. Instant 60 hot swap. And then it has the YMDK carbon and the mode reflex switches. And it's a brass plate. And then as the person who did the giveaway, they also sent me this nice desk mat. That's actually where I got this desk mat from. The person who was the owner of the server, they sent this desk mat out to me as well. I actually really like this thing. It is super cool. So what kind of O-ring? Do you mean like the big circular O-rings like the Bakaneko mounting, or are you just talking the little O-rings? Because as far as the little O-rings, those are a pain in the ass to mount. I tried doing it with my wife's Tofu and I spent a little bit of time on it. I was like, nah, I'm good. Not doing that. it was, the O-rings did not want to stay on very well. And then as far as like the big gummy O-ring, I don't really want to do that with a Tofu. I don't really feel like cutting off the posts to do it. I'd rather just pick up a board that's meant to be mounted like that. I am thinking about popping this apart and going plateless with it, just for fun, but not positive on that. We'll see. I might actually do it on the aluminum tofu instead of this one, only because I don't know how well plateless is going to work with the hot swap PCB. So, can be a little finicky. The switches, let me just grab them. The switches in this are the mode reflex switches. They sound and feel very similar to Durock Lavenders. Honestly. Up here. Do it this way. Forgot this will autofocus fine. So yeah. Sound and feel wise, they're very similar sound and feel to these Durock Lavenders. That's what they remind me a lot of. And the person sent me the rest of the switches for this, so I have all 90 switches as well. So if I want to drop them in a different board or something, I can. That's one of the reasons I actually sold my Portico, because I have had that as my go-to hot swap, and now this is a hot swap board, so I can use this as my go-to hot swap for testing out switches and stuff. Especially because I like that it's a brass plate, so I can get a test of switches on this brass plate, and then now that I have the Bakaneko 65, I have a other board to test on an FR4 plate. So no, it was Discord server. It was the Keycaps Discord server. They're gonna be doing some more giveaways soon. I know. They just did a giveaway not too long ago for the Texie Purple Panda switches. And I know they're going to be doing a Brutal 60 giveaway soon. They have a Brutal 60 giveaway planned soon, so. Actually, you know what? I like this server enough that I'm actually going to make a command for it. Why not? We're gonna make a command. Let's do it. Let's go stream elements. Add new command. Command name. Dix. No, I'm not even a mod on this server. I'm not even a mod on that server, so. I just like promoting servers that I think are good servers, and this is a great server. There's a lot of knowledgeable people in there that are great for giving help. There we go. There you go. Shows up on list of commands, right? Yeah, cool. Shows up on list of commands. Excellent. There we go. I also picked up Neapolitan's Neapolitan switches as part of my order this time, because I tried to add them to my tried to pick them up when I got PVT Noel, but for some reason they weren't in my cart when I bought PVT Noel. So I figured I was gonna wait till today when we did the Falcon Echo 65 purchase, and I was able to pick them up. I did the command up just above. It's !Keeb Addicts. Two Ds. There we go. Yep. But yeah, I like this Discord server. It's a good Discord server. You do have to be active for some of the giveaways in the server. But it's a good place to go to for help. They have a keyboard chat. They have other chats. Just make sure you're respectful. They won't tolerate disrespectful people in there. They won't tolerate, being toxic and being what's the word I'm looking for? Just don't be an asshole. I'm just gonna put it like that. Don't be an asshole. That's how we're gonna put it. Plain and simple. There's a rules server. Go to that rules channel and interact with the message. That's the only verification. It's a little different than the CannonKeys server was. It's just basically accepting the rules. Right. These should be all done. These are all nice and cleaned up. Get them back in our little bag here. I can't wait till I build the Thera I'm going to be building. I'm going tomorrow to pick it up. Gotta go down about an hour and a half drive to pick up the Thera tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, the guys... So we're going to be doing 2 builds for it. So he's got 2 PCBs. And we're going to be doing switches, tactile switches on 1, and he's normally using heavy tactiles, but he wants to give some linears a real good try, so he picked up the seal linears over from Keeps for All. Is that where those are? I don't remember where they're from now. But he picked up, oh, I forgot the screws. He picked up those seal linears. They're a 78 gram spring. I think they're recolored alpacas, just with a really heavy spring. So we're going to be doing both of those switches. They're alpaca recolors, so they're gonna sound really good. Alpacas sound and feel good. But the big thing with it is that they're 78 gram springs, and he really likes heavy springs because you don't get very many linear switches above like 68's, like the most you can find that I've seen, and there's still not very many 68 and 70 gram springs. So these, like I said, they are thick springs. They're 78 grams, so they're nice and heavy for them. Actually, I should have grabbed the little baggies for the screws. That's okay. Where'd the other housing fix go? Why is there missing a housing? Interesting. Where'd that housing go? Why am I missing a housing? That's so weird. That's okay. It's whatever. Oh, nice. Nice. That's awesome. I do not remember what these are from. What are these from? That's weird. This is I just got stabilizers from shit. I don't even remember what I took these out of. I cannot remember what I took these damn things out of. Got stabilizers all over the place. I think this is just some random stuff. And I did see your other question, Ace. No, he's not paying for my gas, but we're like meeting halfway in between, so that's why I wasn't gonna ask him to. Technically he lives about 3 hours away from me, and we're meeting basically in the middle. And so my wife and I are just gonna make a little trip out of it. But I didn't think it was necessary for him to pay for, you know, my gas and everything like that.
I woke up again at 5 a.m. Can't get you off my mind.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean like found from OfferUp? No, he found me off Reddit. It's just he happened to be in the area. I believe he found me off Reddit. Pretty sure he found me off Reddit. I mean, if you want a commission of something, just let me know. You still have the invoice to pay for those switches and stabilizers for the Think commission, though, too. Don't forget about that. So I can get those switches for that. But yeah, Ace, so when I post on Reddit for my build service, I post my location too. Excuse me. I post my location too. And sometimes I'll get people that are local that want me to do the build service, partially because I'm local. So they don't have to worry about like shipping and stuff like that, because it just saves on costs. They don't have to ship it to me, I don't have to ship to them. Saves on cost, saves on time. But for reference, the Thera build, is going to be during my 24-hour stream in 2 weeks. We're doing that 24-hour stream here in 2 weeks, and that's when we're going to be doing the Thera. So I live in Virginia. I think this is a goat stabilizer. Now that I'm thinking, I think this is a goat stabilizer. Sitting here looking at it. I think this is a goat. I think that's where these came from. I think these are from the goats. So we're gonna put that. I think they just got put in the wrong bag. Looking at it, that's what it looks like. They just got put in the wrong bag. Yeah, the goat stabilizers are really bad. From my, I took them off of my GMK Pro when I built it, because you have to use different stabilizers because the goat stabilizers are trash. So I built my GMK Pro. I just kept the goat stabilizers. I've used the 2U ones. The 2U ones are fine. I rebuilt them, put them on one of my boards. I did my 40% ortho linear build. The spacebar is a 2U spacebar, and it uses the it uses the 2U goat stabilizer. Can we change the PCB to a flex PCB with a half palm plate? Are there flex PCBs for the Think? Take a look if you can find flex PCBs for the Think. I don't know if they make a flex PCB. If they do, then yeah. If there's a flex PCB, then yeah, we can do that. That's fine. Hey, thanks for the follow, Theremin Goat MK. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Currently, I am just here cleaning off some stabilizers that I had laying around. We finished a build earlier. It was a pretty simple build since I just did a rebuild of my wife's ZigZag. So now I'm just taking care of some stabilizers that I've had laying around. I want to clean them off, so. It's a tedious job, but sometimes you gotta do it. Don't know where all these stabilizers come from anymore. I forget what I take half these off of. So I'm just gonna probably put them in the same bag, just have a bunch of housings and stems and wires, and just pull from them when I need it. Because usually when I do a rebuild, legit, I will just take the stabilizers out and put in a new set, so I can just retune them. It's toast. Grab a new guy. The cotton swab. But yeah, if there's a flex PCB out there, yeah, we can do a flex PCB on it. No problem. Okay, yeah, go for it. We can definitely look into that. It'll change the cost of the build a little bit depending on if you're buying it or if I'm buying it, but yeah, for sure. Because the current quote's just for the stabilizers, the switches, the lubing. So, and shipping. So if we're gonna do a different PCB if we need to pick that up. If you pick it up, it won't change the cost at all. If I'm picking it up, of course, we're going to have to add the cost of the PCB to the build. So just keep that in mind. I'm good either way. So for next week, the stream schedule is going to be a little wonky. For next week, I will not be streaming on Saturday. My usual build stream Saturday, I will not be doing that stream. The wife and I have our bi-monthly weekend trip this weekend, since it's a 3-day weekend. So we're going to be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and coming back Monday. So I'll be making up that stream probably sometime during the week. Probably do our Tuesday stream, and then we'll do a Wednesday or Thursday stream is my thought, and then I should be able to do a Friday stream again, because I get off earlier than my wife, so I should be able to do a Friday stream. Tuesdays, I don't know what we're going to do yet. I don't think I have any switches to lube. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at that and I'll send you a message with the difference in the price to do that. I'm trying to think. I don't think I'll have switches to lube on Tuesday, so maybe what we'll do is Tuesday I'll be gaming, and then sometime during the next week we'll do some switch lubing, normal keyboard chores stream, because I should have Neapolitans coming in. I'm probably going to pick up cotton candies soon. Those might get in, and then I'm possibly picking up penguins. We'll see. We'll see how I feel, if I want to pick up all three. They do. My biggest problem is I really want cotton candies. I've wanted cotton candies for a while, and they were out for a hot minute. But they're back in stock now. And then I already copped Neapolitans because I really want I really wanted to try Zycos, and they're really close to the Zycos. I'm not sure on the pewters yet. I've been thinking about it. I'm not sold on the pewters yet. I have a few people I know of that have them, and I'm going to get their opinions on them before I think about picking pewters up. It's really thin. Yeah, what do you want to change it to? Yeah. Yeah, I'll get the information for the PCB and plate. And we'll get, I'll pull up the prices for the black inks for the build, and we'll go from there, and I'll let you know the difference. Yeah. Yeah, black inks are pretty deep sounding, so that'll give you a pretty good deep sound. Not gonna get all of the lube from the inside of these stems out, but we'll be able to get most of it. I have Novel Keys mystery switches coming in Monday. Really hoping it includes some black inks. I've been seeing a lot of people getting black inks lately on the mystery switches, so we're gonna see. Let's see if we cop some, because I have not tried black inks yet. So actually, we could do a lube stream on Tuesday with whatever mystery switches I get, if they're any good. I forgot I have the mystery switches coming in, along with Cherry Taro. So at the moment, for the 24-hour stream, the builds we have set lined up is 2 Thera 75 builds. I'll be doing a build with probably my time 80. I'll be doing that, and I think I'll be doing my Switch Couture Alice as well on that day. I got that to build again. So I'll have the 2 Thera 75s. That I have some other commissions coming in. They're more low tier commissions. Like I have someone wants me to lube switches and tune stabilizers for a drop control that's local. So depending on when they get their switches in from that, we'll probably do that during the 24-hour stream too. Get some easy hot swap boards done. That way we're not just doing a bunch of soldering. Might do that instead of the time 80 or instead of the Switch Couture, just so we're not doing full all soldering builds. It's gonna get a little exhausting. We'll also be taking some breaks to play, probably some Valorant or Apex Legends in there too, of course. We'll take some gaming breaks and stuff, but yeah, I mean, some people just prefer the cheaper boards like that. We're putting... Ooh, I don't even remember what switches we're putting in it. Oh, it's alright. It happens. Totally happens, man. Honestly, I would probably agree on a unicorn. I think that would probably be one of my dream boards. I really want a key cult. I won't lie, I do really want a key cult. But I think a unicorn's probably up there for sure. I probably have 3 dream boards, and one of them's going to sound very interesting because it's nowhere near the same as like these other ones. So, of course, unicorn, a key cult, and then 7V. And the only reason I say 7V is because I will not purchase one until the price drops a bit more. Prices of them have dropped a little bit, and they are within the realm of a little bit reason. But that is honestly one of my dream boards because of all the options you have with it. The design of it's just beautiful. Because I built one for a commission for someone not too long ago, and it was gorgeous. Beautiful. I really want to build those plate lists too because they sound amazing plate lists. They really sound amazing plate lists, so. I did not turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. No! I am so sorry. There is no earthquake going on. Please don't mind that. I forgot to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. Usually remember. Usually remember to turn it on to Do Not Disturb, so it doesn't vibrate like that. Damn you. Oh no, that's the worst right there. I almost had, so I ended stream. I almost had that happen after I ended stream. I went to leave and I accidentally clicked the Q button, and I realized just in the nick of time before it found me a match that to exit. I was like, no, no, no. I want to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. I need to sleep so I can wake up and do a build stream in the morning. Yeah, I totally get that. I've had that happen before. Almost happened last night, but I've definitely had that happen before where you go to leave and you accidentally queue for a game, you push the wrong one. It's like, no, it's instinct to queue. Re-queue's instinct. So, I get it. Oh. And I was talking about builds for the 24-hour stream. Of course, since we got the Bakken Echo 65, we'll be building that during the 24-hour stream for sure. We'll probably just do the hot swap PCB it came with. I am trying to get some stuff added to my order for the different O-rings and the solder PCB. But we will definitely be building that guy on the 24-hour stream as well. With, again, the hot swap PCB, so I don't have to do all solder builds. Sometimes it's nice to not have to solder, so. I don't mind soldering, it's not hard, it's just sometimes nice to not have to. Alright, after I finish cleaning this one, I think I'm going to call it a day. I think my wife should be home with some lunch soon before her D&D campaign starts. She'll have D&D in about an hour. So I'll probably be ending here just shortly. But we'll be back again on Tuesday. Either for keyboard chores or some gaming. We'll see what I get on the novel keys and mystery switches, though. If I get some good, we'll definitely probably do some keyboard chores. Because I'll be lubing them. Don't want to see those box jades or... I wouldn't mind the box jades, but... Or the kangaroos. I don't really want the kangaroo switches. I'm good. Ace. I just remembered. Weren't you talking about wanting banana splits? Was that you or is that XD? I just thought of that. I remember one of you two mentioned something about banana splits and wanting them. I really can't remember if it was you or XD. Oh, okay. Because banana splits are in stock now. The Keycap company just released some stock of banana splits, so just so you're aware, because I know you were talking about it at one point. I think they just released them yesterday. All right, these look like they are done. Nice and cleaned. All right, so like I said, once I finish that, that stem, I was gonna go ahead and end the stream. So I think that's all we're gonna do for today. We got the build done. We got some stabilizers cleaned off. I still have more to clean, but I'll do that a later time. Again, we'll be back on Tuesday, either gaming or keyboard chores. We'll see what switches come on Monday. But until then, hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope everyone enjoys their Saturday and their Sunday. Until next time, everyone, see you guys later.
I'm terrified and loving it. No regrets to keep me up at night. Feel so alive and loving it. I just died, so I finally learned to find. Left till we cry for the fun of it. Now I finally see the light. Don't wanna waste a single minute. Now I finally